You know, in the world of modern medicine, there's this constant, invisible battle being fought every single day. We're talking about disinfection. So today, we're going to dive into a new approach from Kresko Projects that's looking to completely change how hospitals keep their most critical areas sterile.
So think about this for a second. Hospitals have all this incredible state-of-the-art tech, but are the methods they're using to keep everything sterile just as advanced? It's a really important question, and we're going to see if the traditional ways are actually keeping up.
For years, the go-to method for fumigating places like operating theaters has been fogging. And yeah, it's absolutely necessary, but let's be honest, anyone who's had to deal with it knows it comes with a ton of operational headaches.
Okay, so here's where you can really see the difference. The old way, it's all about machines, it creates moisture, which is a huge risk for sensitive electronics, and it just takes up so much time. The new approach we're looking at today, it's totally machine-free and moisture-free. That alone simplifies the whole process and, protects all that expensive gear.
And this is where you really feel the pain on a day-to-day basis, right? Just imagine the staff time it takes. You've got to haul out the fogger, cover every single monitor with plastic sheets, carefully mix chemicals, and then clean up the residue afterward. The bottom line is that critical rooms are out of commission for way longer than they need to be, and that can really mess with patient scheduling. So, what's the answer to all these problems? Well, this is where the Rapid gas fumigation system steps in. It's been designed from the ground up to get rid of those exact issues. It's really a complete rethinking of the whole process.
And that's what this is all about. It's not just about cleaning. It's a complete system designed to get the absolute highest level of sterility and air quality in the places where it matters the most. Where lives are literally on the line.
And its use is incredibly broad. We're talking about the most sensitive spots in any hospital. From OTs and ICUs where infection control is everything, all the way to outpatient departments. It's designed for any place that has to be sterile.
Okay, so how does it actually work without a machine or any moisture? Well, the secret is all in the chemistry. Let's get into the science that makes this whole thing possible.
The hero ingredient here is chlorine dioxide, or CO2. Now, this isn't just your average cleaner. It's a super powerful oxidizing agent that basically attacks microorganisms at a molecular level. It stops them from creating the proteins they need to survive, which completely neutralizes them. It's actually way more powerful than chlorine gas, but much safer to handle in this form.
This right here is probably the system's biggest selling point. Because it generates a pure gas, it is 100% moisture-free. No water gets spread around the room. And what does that mean? No more covering up expensive electronic equipment. That eliminates a huge, time-consuming step and a huge risk from the old way of doing things. And this is where the design just really shines. We've seen that it's powerful and it's safe for equipment, but is it easy to use? Well, the process couldn't be any simpler. Seriously, just look at how simple this is. You take a jar of plain old drinking water, you add the powder from a pre-measured sachet, and then you leave and seal the room. That's it. The chemical reaction starts, releasing the chlorine dioxide gas. No machines to plug in, no complicated mixing ratios to figure out, no tricky setup, just pour, add, and walk away. So, when you put it all together, the powerful science and that incredibly simple operation, what you get is a process that really does redefine what efficiency and safety mean for hospital disinfection.
And here it is, the number that's going to matter most to any hospital administrator: 45 minutes. After the fumigation is done, that's all the time a room needs for ventilation before it's safe and ready to use again. Just think about that compared to the hours of downtime you get with traditional fogging. That kind of rapid turnaround is an absolute game changer for a busy OR or ICU.
When you see it all laid out side by side like this, the advantages are just crystal clear. Across every single important metric, equipment, safety, how complex it is, and time, this gas system is a massive leap forward. It takes a process that was labor-intensive and high-risk and turns it into something that's simple, safe, and incredibly fast.
Which really brings us to this final thought. In a world where medical tech is constantly innovating, the systems that support our healthcare heroes have to evolve too. So the question isn't just about a new product, it's about setting a whole new standard for safety and efficiency. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it?